What's going on, guys? Akil here, back with another video, and today is going to be a manga topic. And as you guys see in the title down below, I finally decided to read Solo Leveling. Now, for those that don't know, I actually knew about the manga Solo Leveling way back in 2020 during the pandemic, before it even got its anime adaptation earlier this year in January. And I'm definitely excited for part 2 now that I'm actually at a little way after where that's probably going to be adapted. I have not finished it just yet, but I'm at chapter 111, and I think that's a good amount of time for me to kind of finally talk about just how good this manga is, man. Back in 2020 during the pandemic, there were so many other different things coming out during the time, and just so many other personal things in my life happening. I kind of just didn't really care about Solo Leveling at the time. You know, at the time it was kind of like God of High School and Tower of God, but man, oh man, this is definitely a positive experience, and I just wanted to make a video just talking about it, guys. So for those that may not already know, what exactly is Solo Leveling about? Solo Leveling is currently the highest ranking manga on my anime list, about a character named Sung Jin-woo, an E-rank hunter in a world that is separated by class of ranks. And after having a near-death experience, Sung progressively becomes the most broken character in the world, like talking Sotoro Gojo, Giorno Giovanna levels are broken. Because the thing is, once you usually awaken at your rank, you generally tend to stay as that rank for the rest of your life, unless you have a reawakening as a different rank, which isn't necessarily all that common, especially in the way that it's happened to our main protagonist, Sung Jin-woo. Now, I will tell you guys that there is definitely going to be some spoilers here, just because we are way past the season 1 effect, and I'm sure a lot of other people have already began to read the manga Solo Leveling, or have already read it way before the anime even came out. So if you guys didn't click off of this video, you've been warned. So first, let's talk about the artwork and the visuals of this manga, guys. If there's one thing that really impressed me, it's the fact that how beautifully illustrated this manga is, with its depiction of soul and even a lot of the fight scenes that you see within the series, notably the Sung versus Shaman fight in chapters 74 to 75, or the Sung versus Mutant Ant in Jeju Island at chapter 102 to 104. And how could I not mention the Arise scene that we finally got to see animated at the end of season 1. Now, this is usually the part where I talk about some of my favorite characters, and I might be glazing when I say this, guys, I'm not gonna lie, but when it comes to this manga, undoubtedly it's going to have to be Sung Jin-woo alone. Just like, there's no way it's not going to be him. Sung's character is literally why we love powerful characters in anime like Gojo, Jotaro, Aizen, and maybe even Madara before the introduction of Kaguya and Naruto. Because these guys are just so broken and big brain for no reason. And it's different for Sung Jin-woo because he came from the mud. He wasn't born that way. Like a lot of the main protagonists that we see and a lot of these other anime that we may watch, we actually see a lot of character development, and it actually kind of goes into the message and themes of Solo Leveling, which I really enjoy a lot as well. Like, the theme of Solo Leveling is just so inspirational in a way. The idea of a main character having limitless potential in a world where it seems like it's full of limits is a genius idea. I love stories like this where people see life as a video game and improving after every failure and life experience, because that's how I usually approach a lot of skills that I want to develop, such as learning languages or cooking, or just even studying any kind of skill in general. And although after the first few chapters we obviously don't see Sung Jin-woo go through many hardships, just because of how broken he ends up becoming as more time goes on, there's still been times where this man literally just almost dies, but for some reason always finds a solution. And with that being said, let me talk about some of my favorite moments, guys. You know, some of my favorite moments probably have to be the Baruka and Kim Jewel fight, and how in the end, one of the A ranks that believed he was going to lead the whole squad to victory and getting out the dungeon just ends up suffering and turning to one of Sung's shadows, or how everyone coming to the conclusion that they wasted their time trying to recruit Sung after so much time and effort, realizing that he's much stronger than them, and he actually gets stronger over time. And even leading up to the Jeju Island arc, where Goto even dies, one of the main people that they were hyping up to be like the leader of the Japanese squad, he just gets like instantly one-shotted by the mutant ant. Which that arc had so many inspirations from the Hunter x Hunter Chimera Ant arc, which also had a lot of inspiration from the Cell arc in Dragon Ball Z. That was just really wild, honestly. There's a lot more things I could talk about this manhwa, but I didn't want to make this video too long, guys. Solo Leveling is definitely a fire manhwa, and I'm extremely excited to see where Crunchyroll decides to take this as more time goes on, especially after they fumbled Tower of God and got a high score, in my opinion. I'm also curious to see what Japan is going to do as well about the Jeju Island arc, because for those that don't know, Japan actually has a whole different anime when it comes to Solo Leveling. I mean, all of the settings and stuff are Japanese themed. Like all the characters, even Sung Jin Woo, he has a Japanese name for some reason. So I really want to see what they do with this arc, for example, that has a lot of references to Japan as well as a lot of other Japanese characters. But apparently the reason for this is, of course, due to the conflicts that Japan has had with South Korea in the past. And I'm actually going to leave it off there. So for those that may have read Solo Leveling, feel free to let me know your thoughts on the manhwa in the comment section down below, and let me know some other manhwa you guys may want me to review and check out as well. I'll see all of you guys within the next video. Have an amazing day. Peace.